Doop-a-doo, la-ba-da. Na-da-da-da. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Hey, Savannah, my sister's here. Yeah, Q and just I'm about to get a couple hours of sleep, and I am going to fly out to New Orleans tomorrow. I'm going to be giving a paper on military gimmick in pro wrestling and patriotism in pro wrestling, and also going to go check out WrestleMania. Just a few scant hours, and of course, I can't really sleep, so why not do a little Q&A? Yeah, sure does, Justin. Thanks. Yeah, Savannah. Guess what? Hero's not very happy with you about it because she's got to take care of show, walk the dog all by herself for the next 3 days. But hopefully she'll get over it. What's up, Justin? You need some help? Go ahead, man. Got a model of this of the Enterprise. Okay. I tried to put together like a. I used to put together model jets when I was a kid. Tried to put together a, Gundam model a couple of years ago, and I suck at it, so I gave up on modeling. I want to know how to rank the aircraft for an Alpha Strike. Google. I've when I was on a carrier. Uh, yeah, I don't remember any particular. It wasn't part of my Air Wing EWAS apparently. So yeah, I don't have any real knowledge of any kind of setup they have. The birds go up as they're ready, and who's just it's just kind of more for practical purposes, which I get for strike. I mean, I'm sure there's strike versions, but I'm not aware of it. I mean, you can just do it in a regular lineup farm. I'd say maybe have like a V wing of ready fighters, possibly be about mid frame. I'd say just have a lineup of guys ready to go off, like kind of like a stilted V shape maybe going port side. What kind of aircraft they got on there? You got is it classic? Do you have like Tomcats in there, or is it all Hornets and A6s, or do you have like A6s in there, or do you have like all right, yeah, go with the classic Tom. I do love the classic Tomcat. I definitely miss it. It had a good run though. It was like almost what 40 years. But I am partial to the Hornet. Always was my favorite as a kid, and I worked on a Hornet base and for a Hornet training school as back when I was a yeoman. Yeah, no intruders. Yeah, that sucks. The closest thing I got, I just put I bought a transformer called Broadside, which turns into an aircraft carrier, and it does have like a little bunch of little gimmicky planes on it, which just kind of generic, look like F-16s actually. Yeah, I love Prowler. Prowler's a great plane. Loud as fuck though. That's a true jet engine on that Prowler. It is loud as fuck. That I remember from EWAS. But yeah, I earned that pin back in 2004, so 14 years, a little rusty. But a lot of great memories on the USS John C. Stennis, or US no the. You ever visited the Midway Museum? Yes, I've shot retirements on there. I was photographer. My last ship, the USS New Orleans, I was the photographer. So I was the only ship's photographer. So like any kind of retirement ceremonies and whatnot, I went and of course shot for the guy retiring or gal, and did quite a few of them on the Midway. DevCom crew. All right. What was DevCom? It's Development Command, Operational Development Command. Oh, a decom. You're on a decom unit. Okay. There is something called DevCon, so that's confusing. They usually, I think, handle planning and I think DevCom usually handles like planning and policy and procedures and shit. Tomcats, Prowlers, Hornets, sub-hunting jet with engine pods, Hawkeyes, and Seahawks. That's pretty good. I'd like to see A6s on there personally. Always was a fan of the A6. Uh, and the Hornets, you got two. You got the one seater and the two seater, which is the A and B, I think, and C is the training model. I, I'm forgetting which one's which. But the single seater is always my favorite. Yeah, Hornets are badass. That's been my favorite since I was a kid, by far. But I do love a Tomcat. I absolutely love a Tomcat. I do miss them. Like they just something screams. There's something powerful about them. It screams air superiority. I miss the Tomcats, but I do love me some Hornets. And I'm glad they're going to stay indefinitely as the main Navy fighter. Yeah, Tomcats are beautiful. It's such a classic design. Like we kind of like I think take it for granted. Like I mean, there's so much has been so many fake aircraft and media has been based on the Tomcat because it's just like it just screams like fighter jet. It's that design. Any the five people here, any MMA fans? Anyone heard what Conor McGregor just did? I'm actually doing a video on it right now. It's going to upload probably tonight before I crash out and have to leave in the morning. 80s era with the Rogers markings. Yeah. Uh, I had Jolly Roger always makes me think of Wog Day, so I remember the day I went through it and the fun times I've had putting other people through the crossing the line ceremony. The Jolly Roger flying high, King Neptune on board. So yeah, I like to keep something on the TV, but like when I do that, like YouTube likes to hit me with friggin' things, and I don't think you guys want to stare at my face all day. Just close ups aren't good. But yeah, here's the next video I'm working on. So it should be done in about 20 minutes. So probably after I finish this chat, I'll put the video up. And that's going to be talking about going to WrestleMania also, but mostly talking about Conor McGregor and just what happened. I can't fucking disbelieve it. If you don't go look up Conor McGregor in New York right now, if you don't know it. He went through Walk Day in the Midway back in the fucking day, man. Probably had garbage shoots and shillelaghs and all that disgusting shit. What's lame, Matthew? But yeah, you got any questions? So in my quieter moments when I'm playing uh, Xbox here and Rock Band, I fancy putting myself on Twitch and singing on expert Rock Band vocals. Conor McGregor, yeah, it's lame. It's criminal. It's this motherfucker. How realistic was the TV series Jag? I didn't watch it constantly. It was something I watch at my mom's house. My mom watches it or did. They did pretty decent job with a lot of stuff. Again, it's like the guy was like a pilot and a SEAL, and he's a lawyer. He's one of those guys that like seems to have like a superpower for everything like he needs to do. Maybe he wasn't a SEAL. What was he? I can't remember. But yeah, that part of it always thought like, okay, sure. But a lot of the cases they dealt with, like I mean, some of it was pretty clever. I mean, there was like one about like a fat IT guy on the ship, and he was like arguing he could just be able to stay in the Navy because his job doesn't really need him to be skinny. I thought that was a pretty fun episode. Yeah, I know he was an aviator. He did. Like, I swear he did special ops shit sometimes too. Like just for some reason I'm remembering that. I don't watch a lot of CSI either, but I'm gonna start Generation Kill and I'm gonna review episodes on here. Probably not more in line of like military movie bullshit because I mean I don't know the topics that well, like Marines and combat and Fallujah and whatnot. Swine flu from Thailand screwed you out of Wog Day in Australia. God damn, dude, that fucking sucks. We had like half the ship get sick in Jakarta from the was it Jakarta? It's one of those places. Indonesia, I think it was Indonesia or Malaysia. I think it was Jakarta. But everyone got told stay away from the street food because they have viruses and bacteria we can't handle. So a lot of people ended up going to the chains. Final countdown. I wanted to finish this week, but it caught up with me. So early next week because first thing I'm coming up on. But yeah, the Generation Kill. I'm looking forward to. I watched episode one. I really loved it. I finally learned where that police that mustache came from. So I'm like, all right. This show's good. And I definitely empathize with a lot of those characters. They're like people I've served with. But again, not a Marine. I wasn't in combat, so I can't speak to the accuracy of it. But I think it'd be fun just to talk about. Yeah, on the Connor thing. Patty Beach was fun with there. Oh, I was talking about the people got sick in Jakarta. Yeah, they all went to a Hard Rock Cafe because they figured that's a chain, it's safe, and that's where everyone got sick. People who didn't go to Hard Rock uh, that ate street food like myself did. Yeah, we didn't get sick. It was there was food poisoning at the Hard Rock, and like half the ship was SIQ, and like they were like double watches up on all the ops and deck department. Like it really fucking sucked. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw. Like I've worked with grunts on the amphib, my last ship, and yeah, it definitely felt authentic the way they talk. Goddamn, I fucking love Marines, but man, they're some dumb motherfuckers sometimes. It's like just some of the most interesting conversations I've ever had on the smoke deck with was PFCs from infantry. Uh, they're interesting people. Just tough motherfuckers who you get a handful of like fucking brainiacs that you're like, why are you in infantry? And a handful of guys are like, yeah, I see why you're in infantry. Like one of my God, it was like one time I literally had to turn around. I was back when I smoked. I was on a smoking sponson. It's a monkey on a longapo. Never been to a longapo. But yeah, I had to turn around and said, like, dude, that is the stupidest fucking 2 minutes of conversation I've ever had the displeasure of overhearing in my life. Oh, well, thanks, petty officer. I'm like, no problem. Yeah, I gotta love infantry. CBs are better than Marines. I like CBs. One of my good friends I knew before he joined, my friend Alan, he's a CB. Good dudes. And the New Orleans, were you going for the submarine collision? No. That was the deployment before I got there. Never forget the time my daughter watched Full Metal Jacket without me knowing. Funny story, I did that with Platoon during the Marine Corps Ball. My parents got a hotel room downtown Atlanta. They had the Marine Corps Ball with there used to be a Marine barracks detachment in Atlanta. And they have a Marine Corps Ball like I think it was like the Marriott or something. And so I was still too young to go. It was like a year before I went. So I stayed in the room that said, they told me specifically, do not, you can rent a movie, do not rent Platoon. Rent Superman 3 or whatever was Superman 4 I think was out. And I said, fuck that, I'm watching Platoon, and I fucking loved it. And of course I'd tell my parents like I watched Platoon. And they're like, I told you not to watch it. I don't know. Then we watched it again, and my dad, the Vietnam vet, actually said that's the most realistic movie he'd ever saw about Vietnam. One of the reasons I've never done that one because, I think I could do it. I don't know how much I'd have to say on it, but it might be interesting just to review and reflect it back to my dad. And I actually know I met a guy who was in that movie. He was one of the stretcher bearers near the end of the movie. He was shot in the PI, and he was a first class corpsman stationed there at the time, and they had extras coming from the base to do some of the parts. And he paused it on he paused it on the scene like where he's in, like you can make out his tattoo on his arm, so it's like that's the only way you can tell it's him. Like you can't even see his face. Rambo's fun. Savannah, you still there? My sister loves Mr. Stallone. By the way, she's a big fan. Let me get a stand. Oh, check out my. Here's my Love Me wall. I've never seen Airwolf. I'm only aware of it. Love Me wall. There's my boat Transformers, and my wrestling and MMA DVDs. Roddy Piper. Rainbow's for fun. Like don't. The first one is really good. The second and third one, it gets in kind of like a weird situation. But if you like that kind of shit, you like that kind of shit. I'm a big fan of Rambo First Blood Part 2. I'm getting a mic stand to steady my camera so it's not shaking everywhere on you guys. What's worth checking out? First two seasons of the best. Generation Kill? I didn't think it went more than one season. There we go. Stop the rockin'. Oh, Airwolf? I played the video game like back in the day. I played the NES game, but yeah, I never saw the show. Or if I did, I just don't remember where it was. It's like the Fall Guy. I know I used to watch the Fall Guy, but I can't name you one thing about that show. It's like I used to watch Wings after Cheers, and I don't remember one thing about the show Wings other than I just watched it all the time. You like Rambo for entertainment only? Yeah, it's Rambo. It is what it is. The last one wasn't that bad. You got the Navy 85, the Logs Daily. Uh, yeah, there's still there's still paper logs. Yeah, as last time I was on a ship was 2012. There was still shit on paper. I certainly filled out my deck watches in paper as OD. I don't have seats yet for New Orleans. I have we. I'm going with my friends. One of my friends, Bryce, has been to like a billion WrestleManias, and he says wait till day of to buy tickets, and you can get decent seats for really cheap on StubHub or whatever he's using. Deck watches. Yeah, I said that they had the green logbooks up there last time I saw up there. I mean, they have computer logs too, but they still have a green physical pen and paper logbook that you got to fill out boot camp style. Hey, there's a nautical scene. Go Google Chrome. Woo! Let's see. Yeah, everyone like my last base was a Marine base, and yeah, I did there was a when I was a command duty officer for the base at Iwakuni, I did I did everything online. It was a digital log, but there was also a book. Like a couple times the system was down, I had to like actually write it old school style. But yeah, for the most part, when I stood CDO on base, it was a digital logbook. I also found out Marines can fuck up like the easiest basic commands of there was this you played the reveille music and it's like set up Barney style, like it shows you how to which buttons to press like in order. you know it seems foolproof, but yeah, I turned over with some staff sergeant and he fucked it up. And I was like, dude, how like it says like, he told me like, oh, like I know how to play reveille, how to play colors. And he completely like didn't hit the button, even though the instructions are very clear. He missed a step, so that was fun. The whole base was fun. I mean, for a last tour, it was pretty cool. I get to play radio DJ. I made video products. I got to watch a bunch of young Marines like work shit. In my field, broadcast media, mass communications. Yeah, not marine proof. Yeah, nothing. No such thing as a marine proof or sailor proof for damn sure. But I'll tell you, anybody who's in the Navy, any smoker who's ever been in the Navy has got you know, has the greatest ability to light a cigarette under no matter under any weather circumstances, just from smoking on fucking sponsons and shit. Like, yeah, if I like I've even though I just vape now. I don't smoke anymore. But like I've lit friends' cigarettes out in like cold and windy days. It's like give me that. It's just years and years of practice. You have any plans to do more military bullshit clips? Yeah, I'm always doing military bullshit clips. I'm following up. The next one's going to be Final Countdown Part 2. I think I'm going to do Sergeant Bilko next because I pulled a clip from that movie for something I was working on, and I end up like just kind of half I watch like half the movie and just realize like, oh my god, this is such a fucking fun movie. So that'll probably be next, and I've already got some stuff in my head, even though it's a comedy, but and a lot of it's just what is correct about it in terms of the character Sergeant Bilko. Uh, and definitely, every military person has had that guy in their division or platoon or squad or whatever. The guy who gets shit done is kind of shady. Oh yeah, it's a comedy. I mean, I did Down Periscope too, it's the same thing, but I'm more interested in like just the character of the shady military guy, which is what Sergeant Bilko is all about. Yeah, I really fucking love. I love that archetype because I've met so many of those guys that just you're always running a scam. If it's like, hey, can I get if you need to hook up with something, like the other guy can always find whatever ridiculous thing it is you want to find. The Sergeant Bilko types. So I appreciate that about it. So and I don't think I'll ever like review the original show or anything. I mean, maybe at some point. I mean, who knows what I'm doing? I mean, I could do CPO Sharky too. In the army now, I get a lot of requests for that. Shady motherfuckers at Motor T. Motor T were always pretty cool guys to me. I never had a problem with them. Hell yeah, Sergeant Pickle. 199 is how much does it cost to rent it? Yeah, In the Army Now is I've never seen it. Uh, Pauly Shore, I think he's a little too much shit on. I think he was a perfectly fine for what he was. Battleship, yeah, I did a joke review of Battleship already, and I was actually wrong on my joke, so I talked about it in my last video. So it's on my list. I definitely will actually do Battleship at some point. Heartbreak Ridge, like I love that movie so fucking much. It's like I don't know. Yeah, but Pauly Shore is cool. He was just on Joe Rogan recently, and he was also on Church of What's Happening Now, the Joey Diaz podcast. Like he's an interesting cat. You know, he comes from Hollywood royalty. Like his mom runs the Comedy Store, launched the career of thousands of comedians. You know, and he was just the biggest thing on MTV back in the day, and then he just had that weird movie career, and Encino Man was great, and Jury Duty was all right. Then it was like Biodome, and there was the farm movie he did, and In the Army Now, and he just kind of petered out. I always like Pauly. Think he's a pretty funny dude. But yeah, his movies are god awful, and I assume In the Army Now is fucking god awful. Except for Encino Man. Encino Man's a great movie. In the Army Now is the first movie he had to cut his hair for. Yeah, it's true. Because he always had that long curly Jew hair. It's kind of his trademark forever. Dude, one. Thank you for $2. I guess I have PayPal set. I don't even know what I have set up on here. I didn't even know I could. Shows you how on top I am on my business side of it. This is why my wife's an accountant, because otherwise I'd be dead broke in a gutter. But thank you very much. I appreciate a tip. You were my first one ever, I believe. Oive, Overve. Was it? You mean Oive? Y'all got any kids? That's a combination of Jew and Southern. There, it's a tall order for me to go. I am Southern, but I am not of the tribe. Yes, I have one kid who's actually half Japanese. So you just add one more ethnicity in there. His name's Sho. He plays soccer and Minecraft, and uh, we just watch wrestling. He's on spring break today. I'm off school today. We watch wrestling all day and on the WWE network, and me and him and the dog had a big battle royal. So that was a highlight of my day. My son is a blue belt in karate, by the way, which is one more belt than I have of all my years of jiu-jitsu, and I'm still a fucking white belt. Justin, what's your toddler? Boy or girl? Girl? She talking yet? So my sister was on earlier. I have not seen my niece in a good while. So I'll definitely have to go make sure that happens next time I'm in Arkansas. She climbs like a chimpanzee as a little terror. Happens. What's up, Tomahawk Boys? Yes, I am streaming. Nice South Park picture. Yeah, I'm just shooting the shit, man. Anything anybody wants to talk about? Suggestions for movies, military culture. Talk about Conor McGregor being an idiot. Talk about WrestleMania I'm about to go to. That's all you need. Mama, daddy, and bye bye. Air Station at 32nd Street absolutely was. My last ship, the USS New Orleans, James Brady. I've been stationed on Coronado. I've been stationed at Bremerton, Yokosuka, Millington, Lemoore, and Iwakuni. Not Coronado, North Island, actually. I was on Citizens of North Island. And I was on there when we moved to Bremerton. I rode the ship up there and spent about a year up in Seattle area. Pretty nice. I liked Seattle a lot. That's where I got out of the Navy too, but I wasn't having a good time then. Yeah, Yoko's awesome. Was the food great? Carrier probably had the best food. Blue Ridge, for being a flagship, I was very disappointed in their food. It was kind of shit. And New Orleans wasn't great, but small crew. But yeah, Carrier consistently had good food. How many girls you got, Justin? I just got the one kid. We thought about having a second, but my wife started getting in her 40s. She's like, "Yep, nope, fuck that. I ain't doing this again." I don't blame her. I don't want to do it again either. One's great for me. It's a lot of fun having a little version of you running around. James Brady has 4. I got kids, man. I got kids. When the food wasn't good, what'd you do? You fucking ate it and smiled. What else can you fucking do? It's like, all right, it's steak night, and the steak is shit. It's like, cover the bitch in A1 and fucking eat it. It'll be okay. Uh, God, it was a barbecued beef cubes is the only thing I ever fucking like avoided. Battleship Memorial Park. When I was in Japan, I went to the Battleship Yamamoto. They have it in a museum, like strung out. It was pretty fucking cool, or like part of it. And they even had like the anime of the Yamamoto spaceship, like display on the outside. It was kind of cool. If any of you are anime people and know Battleship Yamamoto, the anime series, it's like a Captain Harlock Robotech kind of thing. Not to date myself, my old ass anime references. USS Alabama. Barbecue death cubes. Yep. Barbecue beef cubes are the fucking worst, man. And it was always served like the other option was like fit out in town. USS Alabama docked in Mobile. Huh. The Alabama's it's the new LCS class, right? They're all named after states. Or was that? No, that's the sub. Alabama's a sub, right? Makes sense. That's where it's like it's a museum now on Mobile. Appear to be stuck. Anybody hear? Everybody hearing me? I'm not getting any. Last 2 messages popped up and stuck there. Don't know if the stream is stucks. Did you like Rapungi? I loved Rapungi. Yeah, chat's moving now. Oh, that was the sound of my new video being done, or it's another audio blog, really. But so that'll be up soon. Again, it's about Conor McGregor. So if you don't give a shit about that kind of stuff, feel free to skip by. There is a slight mention of military in it because it's the paper I'm about to give tomorrow is mentioned in it. If anyone's interested in hearing the history of military and patriotism in pro wrestling, hey, I can give you my the speech I'm going to give or the paper I'm going to give tomorrow. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and upload this video. I don't know if the chat's getting. Here we go. Question. What's Roppongi? It's misspelled. It's Roppongi. Roppongi. It's a club district in Tokyo, and it caters to gaijin, that being foreigners. So if you are stationed in Japan as a military person and you are wanting to meet a local Japanese girl or guy, whatever you're into, who is into foreigners, that is one of the places to do it. The best place to probably do it in Japan. Other places would be like right outside base. The clubs and bars right outside base also cater to it, but nothing to the level of Roppongi. Many Friday and Saturday nights were spent there as my youth. To say, as fact it is where I met my wife. Right? Yeah, I wouldn't go there as a married man unless you're going with your wife. I'm going back to Japan in June, so I will probably be checking out. Even though I was stationed there just not too long ago, but I was down in the south part, so I never really did a lot in Tokyo area. So this upcoming trip, I'm going to really do a lot in Tokyo that I haven't done since I was a kid. 19, 20, 21-year old young sailor. A party with the cars in Roppongi. Wow. I met Billy Joe Armstrong at Lexington Queen. It's a it's a club and it's a really expensive club actually. A few times I ever went in there because it's like $50 cover charge. And you're young and stupid with money. Hey, like hey, let me do Lexington Queen once. Maybe it wasn't $50. It was it was 20 cover. Yeah, and Billy Joe was in there picking up some chick. She was hot. Billy's hot. I'd fuck him. I'm not even gay. Yeah, it's Billy Armstrong. Billy Joe. Yeah, cool guy. He said hi. It's like, oh, you guys in the Navy? Oh, thanks for service, man. I really appreciate. And this is before 9/11 too. He was really cool about it. It's like, hey, man. So much love for Billy Joe. And I saw same place actually, Lexington Queen. I was outside, and there was suddenly a commotion, and I was like, what's going on? Some must be someone famous. And sure enough, it was. I saw Jackie Chan exiting, also with a young woman under his arm. So if you wonder what celebrities do in Tokyo when they visit, they apparently go to Roppongi and Lexington Queen and pick up chicks, from what I can tell. I heard Marilyn Manson was around one night. Like I actually went and saw him the next day, and I was in Roppongi, and I heard like Marilyn was wandering around Roppongi, and I can't remember what happened. Like I think we went. Someone said, "Hey, go check out Gas Panic." He's there, and I think like we finally we sat where we were for like an hour, and they said like, "Hey, let's go see if he's there." Still at Gas Panic, and he wasn't there. So love to visit Japan. Your wife won't go for it. Yeah, it's expensive. It's $1,000 plane ride for one person. So I mean, just for my family, and I had kind of have to go. So Alice Cooper in Yokohama. What's up, Snowfall? Same old shit, different day. Just shooting the shit over here. Anyway, I think I've seen too many Godzilla movies. Sure. Can you make more of those movie review videos? Yes, I make movie videos all the time. I'm about to upload a video right now, but the one I will do after this next week will be Final Countdown Part 2. And probably the next one after that's going to be Sergeant Bilko. I will absolutely keep the train running on military movie bullshits, and I will be expanding it. All right. Well, speaking of, I'm going to upload this video. Thanks for talking to me, guys. And that's going to be it for me. Look for my new video if you care about MMA. It's going to be about Conor McGregor, a little bit about WrestleMania. Should be coming up in the next 15, 20 minutes. And that's all I got for you guys. Thanks, Snowfall. You have a good one too. Peace, bitches.